Welcome back, y'all, to Whiplash TV. Thanks for coming back to check out another video here on the channel. Please double check and see if you're subscribed. Consider putting a like on this video and drop me a comment somewhere along the way. Today I'm going to go over my 2010 Cadillac CTSV, and I'm going to go over each and every performance modification that I've done to the car, and we're going to start by going over what I've done to the outside. So first off, this car is Thunder Gray Chroma Flare. Only about 10% of those made in 2010 had this color, so it is a little bit rare. Also, this car is a slick top, so there's no panoramic sunroof, which I enjoy and makes it even more rare. I have a carbon fiber hood from Weapon X, also the blacked out grills from Vladi and his front splitter. I chose to not go with a front emblem. I kind of like the clean look of not having an emblem on the front and just having it all that mesh look and all black. In my opinion, that hood just really sets off that front end, and the front splitter at the bottom really finishes it off, gives it a real good look. The wheels are Aohan FF7s. There are 19 by 8.5 in the front and 19 by 9.5 in the back, both on a 35mm offset. The tires are Continental Extreme Contact Sport. There are two 55/40 in the front and a 295/35 in the rear. I also have the carbon fiber front fender vents, which you can get from Vladi at Street Driven Performance. I also put on the car black CTSV badges. The window trim was blacked out with a satin black wrap. I also have Vladi's carbon fiber spoiler out back with the no wicker bill. It has a really clean look. Out back, I also have a black CTSV badge on the trunk and a black Cadillac badge to cover up where the hole would be right up here on the trunk. Also, this chrome trim piece I had wrapped with the same material that I had the third brake light and the tail lights wrapped with. That wrap makes the tail lights black, but it will let light shine right through it. And to finish it off, I also had this reflector wrapped and the side marker wrapped as well. The side is in gloss, but I went with matte down here by this plastic so that it went in better with it. The entire car has been paint corrected and also ceramic coated. That's part of why this paint shines and shows so nice, and the wheels were ceramic coated as well. The windows have been tinted. The back windows and the rear window are 0% limo tint, and the front windows are legal dark, which in the state of Texas is 25%. Also, the side splitters down the side are from Black Moon. So inside the car, I did a carbon fiber overlay on some of the interior pieces and on the entire center part of the dash. I also did a carbon fiber shift knob from Vladi as well, with the suede to go along with the suede package that the car has. This car has the Recaro seats and the suede steering wheel. Also in the center, I have the Air Force gauge to keep an eye on things like my E85 alcohol content, battery voltage, intake air temp, blower intake air temp, boost PSI, and a lot of other things. Out back in the trunk, I have a dedicated Motorsports ice tank along with the EMP water pump. Everything is 3/4 inch line, and I believe this is around 6 gallons. It hides away nicely right beneath the trunk cover. Alright y'all, let's talk about what's going on up underneath the hood, and we've got a whole lot to cover down here. Before I forget, let me go over what I got back at the transmission. I've got a Circle D billet flex plate, followed by a Rick Crawford spec Circle D billet triple disc 4600 4800 stall speed torque converter. No, it's not too high of a stall speed. It drives amazing and I love it. Alright, now we'll start working on the stuff on the engine. So down at the bottom we've got a Lunati forged 4-inch crank, giving us our 416 cubic inch stroker motor. Tied to it is Lunati forged H-beam rods, Wiseco forged pistons. The pistons are a bump up in compression, so we're running 11.2 to 1 compression on this motor. It's absolutely amazing and woke it up so much over the factory 9.1 to 1 compression. I always recommend going with compression as long as you have the octane to go with it. Going up from there, we've got the Texas Speed ported and polished PRC LSA heads. I put in there comp conical single valve springs to keep them lightweight. I went over that in a video as well. I also put in the Rick Crawford backcut LS3 hollow stem intake valves to make those lighter weight as well. The supercharger has been fully ported and has a 102 millimeter snout with a Nick Williams 103 millimeter throttle body and a DDP intake. I'm running a GripTech 2.38 quick change pulley, and down below is a 9.6 inch lower on an Innovators West harmonic balancer. I've got a forced induction interchillers 20 millimeter lid spacer and their 10 millimeter blower spacer plates between the blower and the head, and down underneath the blower I have their blanket underneath stuck to the bottom of the blower to help keep the heat from the engine radiating up into the blower. Got a ZL1 milled lid, and again the 3/4 inch lines with AN fittings. On the fuel side I have radium billet fuel rails along with injector dynamic ID 1300 injectors. I also have the factory fuel pumps with a DSX auxiliary fuel pump as well. I'm running factory coils with MSD spark plug wires and a non-projected tip 8 heat range spark plug from NGK, gapped at 30. This car is flex fuel, so I have a flex fuel sensor and I pretty much keep it all the time on E85. I've never ran straight premium in this car just because of the high compression and to keep it safe. Plus you get all the timing and all the power with the higher octane. I also have a Mighty Mouse catch can system. The cam in here is a Rick Crawford Pro Street LSA cam, which is a 239 intake duration, 255 exhaust duration, and I am the first one ever to run that cam. This car runs absolutely amazing with that cam and sounds wicked. I also have RRS Motorsports polyurethane motor mounts. I also did the upgraded fuse box cable from it to the starter and then also to the alternator, and I routed it away from the headers. I have a video on that as well, along with the entire build on this engine and a bunch of these carbon fiber add-on pieces like the front splitter, the rear spoiler, the fender vents. I have tons of videos on this entire build on the channel, so definitely go check those out. I also have a CNR intercooler, and for exhaust I'm running Texas Speed 2-inch primary tube long tube headers to their 3-inch X pipe, and then to the Corsa axle back that I mentioned. I also have low profile QTP cutouts that are wireless right in front of the Corsa axle back, and I have that programmed to the garage door opener. So one of the buttons on the garage door opener opens the cutouts, and then another button on the garage door opener in the car closes them. Lots of people get a kick out of that the cutouts are actually programmed to the car's garage door opener buttons. Pretty cool. Y'all, I'm super proud of this engine combo and of this vehicle because I built it. I took everything out and had Rick Crawford assemble the short block, and from there I put everything else together, pulled the old motor, put in the new motor. I even did some porting on the blower and did a bunch of other things to it. Like I mentioned, tons of videos here on the channel, but I'm super proud of what I built, what I researched, and what I came up with. This thing runs so fast, it'll make your stomach turn sometimes when it catches you off guard. It really is seriously quick for a big sedan. If y'all have any questions about the car or the combo that I'm running, feel free to drop a comment down below and ask away, and I always do my best to answer every comment. One other thing that I'll cover for y'all is my Weld Racing drag pack along with the Mickey Thompson ET Street R tires. So the combo that I'm running is their 18-inch S71 polished fronts. They have a 26-inch tall M&H front skinny. That's the tires that the previous owner had chose and put on there. And then in the rear, I have the Weld S71 polished center black beadlock ring in a 17x10. And on those I have a 305/45/17 tire. I highly recommend these ET Street R's. They do a fantastic job of getting traction for such a powerful car. Thank y'all so much for watching. Please consider subscribing. Please also hit that like button and leave me a comment down below. Also, don't forget, like I mentioned, I have tons of videos on the channel of the build on this car and a whole bunch of different parts that I put on it. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.